All right,
Okay. Hello, and welcome to the Looming Dread. Just a brief recap for everyone. The party just dealt with a great dragon that had that was the original owner of a certain character's heart. And as we begin the session, just do as we always do. Zere, introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what does your character know of the mystical woodlands of Eldrathir?
Hey everyone, I'm Zuri. I'm playing Mirage, the Changeling Charlatan. I imagine very little, in fact, considering his background. I like to imagine he's dreamed of it at times in his past. Probably nothing that's actually necessarily true or whatnot, but whimsical fantasy dreams about the wonderful elven land that he'd someday return to. He got high hopes. I doubt it'll ever kind of match up to what he expects to find.
That sounds accurate. Nanika, introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what does your character know of Eldrathir?
hello, Nanoka here. I'm playing Mars, the Forgeborn Wizard. Well, Mars has been a long time ally of the elves. What he knows? Well, the elves live in their cities are like full of enchanted woods, I suppose.
Okay, that sounds about right. And I'm gonna have to fix this. I'll have to fix that for Mega. I need to do the Fujitech thing. But for some reason, my little Discord images got all weird, so I had to make a bunch of sources for everyone, and I didn't get a chance to do yours, so I'll do that at the end of the session. Zen, if you're here, introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? And I'm certain your character would know quite a bit about Eldrathir.
Hey everybody, I'm Zen. I'm playing River Calyx, the Wood Elf Cleric of the Moon Goddess. He grew up in Eldrathir, so he knows all about all the best places to hide when you're supposed to have duties. About all the little secret scenic spots and whatnot.
Oh, definitely. And I think also isn't that where your childhood friends also grew up as well? Was Eldrathir?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of them.
Nice. And Mega, introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what does your character know of Eldrathir?
Hello, I'm Nick Draco. I'm playing Raphael Blackhand, the Paladin Necromancer. He knows that the land of the elves is guarded by is guarded by the ancient magic, and though it's been tried, no outside force has ever managed to invade it, or it hasn't. Yeah, has never managed to invade it, has never managed to even siege it for very long.
Mm. So that might be an interesting experience, I think. With all of that, we shift over to the main screen here. I'll put on some nice atmospheric music. And, we'll go with that. That sounds pretty good. Of course, you guys are traveling to the mystical woodland of Eldrathir through the clouds on these large, kind of like flying eagles with masks. Associate Ekantir. Mask, as you all are flying about, you encounter a strange obstacle. What is it?
Giant rocks, as in ROCS, not like stone. The rival of giant eagles.
Oh yes, definitely. And who of your compatriots is able to kind of solve this issue of these large rocks, these flying giant eagle like creatures attacking your group? Perhaps you guys wandered as you were flying too close into their territory, and now they are simply trying to kick you out of it. But you all are in danger of these things causing you all to fall into the waters below.
Probably Rovia.
Okay, Ruvir, how do you kind of solve the situation of these giant rock birds and attempting to kill you?
Ruvir is going to say a prayer to Aelin, and essentially, the moon is there'll be a sudden eclipse, and the rocks will get very confused. And as we all know, rocks are not nocturnal birds, so they get kind of freaked out, and we pass by while they're they're not used to the darkness, and they don't see where we're going.
Nice, very nice. That is loud. Okay. I didn't loop it. That's why. Jesus Christ, that was very loud. Okay. I'm going to move you all. Because with that little encounter, you guys are, I want to say, you're about that ways over the ocean. Ruvir, what kind of strange encounter or obstacle do you guys meet as you guys are kind of halfway or so across the ocean?
We find a flying whale that is trapped in some nets that are up to catch flying fish.
Ah, yes.
Overworld nets.
Yes, because anyone who knows this, cloud giants frequent the woodlands of Eldrathir kind of space, as that's where the best fish is. And so you all see this large. Is it like a blue whale?
It's like teal.
Ah, teal.
It's got like wispy cloud, like a big wispy like cloud, like hair almost.
Oh. Okay.
But it's like barnacles, but it's like clouds.
Oh, okay. That sounds really cool, actually. Yeah, you see this large kind of whale that's made out of has these kind of cloud-like barnacle wisps upon its back, and you just hear the mournful cry that it makes as these large nets that are used by cloud giants to reel in all types of things from the bottom world, if you will. Is how they call it. Which of your compatriots is able to kind of help in this situation?
I'm gonna say that Mirage. Wait, no, it's not Mirage. What's the actual name? The actual name is Mirage.
Yes, Silas.
Mirage.
Yeah,
Oh,
Silas was the code name or alias.
Sorry, there's a giant whale getting caught?
Yep.
Yeah. Basically, in the overworld, they have nets that hang to catch flying fish. And there's a big whale that's stuck in it. Like an air elemental whale.
Huh. That's different. He'll hurl a couple of daggers and just break the net so he can move on. Just picking out, the little knots and the weak points on it till it unravels and shreds.
I'm sure that, like Mirage, as he's doing this, it's very like hoe drum, but it's like as he's kind of like throwing them.
It's just a silly thing for us to have to deal with. Straight up, let's be real.
Well, no, I the way I'm imagining it is he throws them rather casually, but it's one of those like he's using, those what is it? Those special throwing dagger, like the psychic daggers you have.
Yeah, the illusionary ones. Yeah,
the illusionary ones. So they kind of like wisp through the air as they kind of cut through these hardened kind of cloud-like strands of this rope.
Absolutely.
And the kind of elemental cloud whale kind of shimmies itself out of the ropes, and you just hear like this another kind of deep bellow of its voice as it kind of disappears into like this like heavy rolling cloud. And as you all kind of continue past, you do see that in that area there are lightning strikes and other such heavy winds kind of blowing. The cloud giants are unhappy that you've kind of stolen their catch.
Well, it sucks to suck.
And with that, you guys inch again, kind of closer in. The eagles themselves kind of land on this kind of wooden walkway, and you find yourselves here. There are these large trees that are, many of them are like basically like redwoods, but even larger than that. And you see these various homes kind of built into them, and some you can see like the kind of even just carved into the actual trees themselves. Massive city. And you see many mostly wood elves, but you do see a few high elves, a few dark elves. Very, very rarely do you see any dark elves, but it's majority wood elves. And Icantir just kind of smiles to all of you, and she simply simply states, welcome. I'm sure that after such travel we'll need rest, and I am certain that there is someone nearby that would be most gracious to offer you rest for the night and any supplies that you will need. I am certain you will need those as well, Master. And she kind of bows to you, kind of bowish nods to you, Mask.
That would be much appreciated, and of course, do remember that we've known each other for a long time. You don't need to call me that. Just Mas is fine.
She kind of nods a bit, and she goes, "I understand, but it is just a force of habit."
Fair enough.
So, you guys are kind of... Where do you guys want to go? I'm assuming you want her to take you to, like a place to rest, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
I mean, what time is it? Let's start with that.
I'll say that, despite the picture, it's... Let's see, you guys dealt with the dragon. It was definitely... I want to say it was around 4 or 5 p.m. And with the Eagles, you probably would have gotten there... let's see. Probably would have got there around 7 p.m. Probably like closer to 8. So around dinner time, I would say.
I imagine a meal and then a place to rest would be on the agenda, yes.
Cantir will nod as she begins kind of leading you. She begins kind of walking this way, and you see a few of the elven guards that are there. They're all kind of adorned in kind of greenish regalia. You see the emblem of the elven court, which is it's like a triangle, and inside of the triangle there's a sun, there is a tree, and then there is the moon. And they all kind of stand at attention when a Cantir kind of goes through.
Is that Cantir a big shot here?
She is she is an agent of the court, I believe.
I do believe that's correct, yes.
I'll take that as a yes then. Okay. Oh yeah, probably should do that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those are some.
I was really hoping
rolls.
for 3 ones on that. Close.
What the heck? Did I really roll 3 twos?
Yeah, that is a lot of. Did anybody get a relationship?
Yes, which means I think that means I get all of them if I remember. Right.
If you tie them all, you get them all. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Just get the highest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because with the beta rules, they go back to the 5 and 6 thing, and it's like a once you can use them once per arc. I think is the idea that they're wanting to use.
Are they not even using the minimum then? Because that's a terrible idea. Sorry.
I would say personally, I would rather do like how Alpha does, which is you roll, you get like a minimum, 1, 2, or your 3, and then that's per arc. So that way you're getting at least something per arc.
And that's the thing, you should at least get something per arc. The whole point of the system is the icons, right?
Yeah.
So saying, oh, you had bad luck on your dice, too bad, so sad, is just bad design in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's beta playtest stuff.
Absolutely.
And we don't have to, we're not going to focus on that aspect of it. Because once Gamma comes out, we'll find something else that we'll think is good or bad. And you know what? I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah.
But she kind of leads you over the wooden bridges. You see that a lot of these bridges themselves, they don't look like they were actually, well, if you guys want to kind of like inspect the bridges, you can. That would be a wisdom or intelligence, whichever one you feel would be appropriate, with an appropriate background for it.
Mirage cares not for bridges. He's looking for all the cool magic stuff and the people.
Ruvir, you haven't been, like, it's been a while since you've been home, right? So maybe it kind of throws you for a loop a little bit. But a lot of the yes, this bridge is made of bridge. You kind of look, and a lot of the bridges themselves, they don't look like they actually connect to the ground. So it kind of freaks you out a little bit. Because you're used to like human bridges and like dwarven bridges, which are very like stuck into the ground, foundational stuff, and then you remember that in Eldrathir, a lot of times the bridges are just built from like the branches themselves. So there's no really need of a foundation because it's the branch itself from the very tree. And a lot of times the branches go in weird places, and so the bridges themselves kind of look weird as well. But Wood Elves the people of Eldrathir are comfortable with this, and they can maneuver through things real easily. It probably confuses the non-elf people rather much so. You guys continue to the home of Katir, and she kind of opens the door to let you all in. It is a very simple looking room. There's a table where you can see she would eat. There's a kind of a simple little bedroom. There is a place at which she cooks and cleans her meals. Very rustic, a very rustic place.
Oops, I don't know what happened there.
You can too. Your house is always so nostalgic after hundreds of years.
Yes, Elven indoor plumbing, I see.
It's one of those. Technically it's not indoor plumbing, it's runic magics. Get it right.
That's even better.
Oh goodness. Let's go here. Change it up a little bit. There we go. Aekashic, kind of lets you all make yourselves at home. She asks if there's anything that she can prepare for you.
Do you have any wine?
She kind of thinks for a moment, and you'll see her go over to this area here, which is kind of like a cupboard. And she'll kind of go through it, and you'll see her pull out this... It looks like a gourd, and she'll kind of pop it open. And she'll bring out these kind of wine glasses that are made out of kind of very nicely carved wood, and she'll kind of pour it, and it's definitely a wine.
It's not very good.
No.
It's very good.
That is up to you if you want to give it the Mirage taste test.
Oh, absolutely, he's going to taste it.
That would be, I think it would be like a wisdom or a constitution, depending on if you want to actually like ingest it or if it's more like you're wine tasting it. So you're taking like a little...
He's trying to taste it, so I think that's like wisdom or...
No, I think wisdom, yeah. Wisdom or intelligence, maybe.
I think this one actually applies because he would have had to... Oh, wow, that's terrible. Okay, let's just go with that. He hasn't drank in a long time, to be fair, so this is going to be fine.
Yeah, so you kind of taste it, and the wine itself, it... you do detect, like, what you would think of in kind of like a classical wine. So there's kind of like that grape-ish kind of taste to it, but there's also kind of like a weird kind of tart to it that when it hits, it kind of makes you think that the wine itself is kind of sour. It's almost like a apple vinegar, if you will, like that kind of strong kind of aftertaste.
Oh, can't drink that slow. He'll slam it back.
She'll simply she'll kind of smile, kind of in a way that like she can kind of tell that your face is kind of like you're not precisely happy with it. And she'll go, if that is not your liking, perhaps this one. And she pulls out another little gourd, and it's kind of like a more kind of clear kind of wine. And it smells, you can definitely tell that it is the smell of like grapes and like a cherry.
A more sweet. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to be going through and trying wines. This looks like a good way to spend the evening, so.
Very, very much so. Aekashic will kind of go to like her kitchen area, and she'll kind of start working on things, and then there is a knock upon her door. Who is closest to the door?
Well, good question. What?
Tiberius.
Tiberius, yeah.
Yes, Tiberius.
Tiberius just almost like nonchalantly just opens the door and just asks in his very robotic-y voice, "Who's there?" And Ruvir, as you're kind of sitting in your chair, you see, of course, Ilzia is here.
Did you take the eagles too?
She goes, "Oh, you used the eagles. That probably would have been much faster, I assume."
That's so rude. Offer her a drink. I'll offer her the tart drink.
as you offer her the drink, she'll just kind of smile and say, "Thank you." Mirage, you're in. Are you in Mirage form? Or are you in Silas form?
He's probably in Mirage form at this point. He doesn't give a crap right now. He's drinking.
Okay. She'll just kind of smile and she'll drink it. And as soon as she drinks it, Mirage, you can kind of tell that her ears kind of get a little like red. And she kind of gives like a little kind of sound to it at the bitterness. But she doesn't seem like she hates it.
I don't have to deal with it now, so I'm going to keep looking for the other good drinks.
As Elisa kind of comes in, and Cantir will kind of bow herself a bit. Elysia is a little bit higher in the social order of the Elven Court's kind of agents, and she'll say, "Lady Sunshadow, this is a surprise." And Elysia will say, "Yes, but it is quite lovely to see you, Cantir. Seems that your mission to the Shifting Sands was quite a success, that everyone is here and intact." She, in Cantir, just kind of bows a bit and says, "Yes, thankfully, there wasn't much problem. The Cloud Giants were a bit of a menace." And Elysia just kind of goes, "Really, the Cloud Giants?" And they both kind of start talking amongst themselves. Mask, Raphael, and Ruvir, what are you three doing as, Mirage is going through wines and is like popping corks and just taking like soft little swigs and going, and just putting them back?
Mirage, can't. Such a gremlin.
Mars is gonna find an elven rocking chair and just relax on it for a while and soak in the nostalgia.
Yeah, the rocking chairs themselves, doesn't even look like they were carved out of wood. It's almost as if like the tree itself just kind of formed its branches into like a rocking chair. And you kind of sit in it, and it kind of gives like away a little bit, as chairs often do. But it kind of springs back up, and you are rocking away, and you feel that old man comfort.
Mars is gonna say, "Matter, like this is the life."
And Tiberius is just kind of shuts the door. he left the door open.
Yes, he would. It's like suddenly he remembers, right, the door.
Raphael, what are you doing?
Raphael is probably just gonna look for a sturdy chair to sit on, and then stare at Mirage disapprovingly.
Ruvir, what were you doing aside from looking at Mirage?
Mirage is now stashing the good drinks into Tiberius' chest cavity.
I think I'm going to. He's going to start preparing food.
Yeah, in Cantir, she had kind of set out some stuff. It looked like it was probably going to be like a stew or anything like that. A lot of plant, like a lot more kind of like vegetarian-ish, I would say. But there's obviously like some meats and stuff. She just never got around to like putting that into the actual like stew. And she seems very focused on giving Elysia, like a little bit of a status report of some of what happened, and also kind of looking at Mirage, like shoving wine into Tiberius. She goes, "Well, if my wine will help, I guess."
You can see the fate of the world depends on it.
She'll kind of give you like a glance as you say that, and she goes, "Okay, if that's what you say." And she kind of looks to Elysia, and Elysia just kind of sighs a bit and kind of shrugs her head, and she'll kind of politely excuse herself, and she'll go sit where Ruvir is kind of preparing things.
So he's going to take some of the wine that Mirage has discarded and use it to, like, sear some vegetables and some... what kind of bird? Some kind of pheasant, probably.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like kind of like quail, dove, those types of birds. Small fowl.
Yeah, so he's gonna basically do some braised birds with cooked in wine with vegetables, like a little bit stir fried type thing.
And as you're kind of preparing that, Elysia just kind of smells the kind of the steamingness as you're kind of braising the birds and the wine. Just smells utterly delightful, Ruvir.
Like, just kind of to himself. And he'll start setting people's food out and just let them relax for once. And Mirage... I guess he'll just let Mirage get sloppy drunk.
Oh no. Incantir, you hear Incantir saying, "Sir Mirage, please don't topple over the furniture. It's a very long way down from there."
He just crawled inside of the wine cabinet now. I think there's some good ones at the back. Wait.
You just see her kind of like fretting, and Elysia is Ruvir. You kind of turn around to kind of keep an eye on her, and you can see that Elysia is. She kind of pulls out like a little ocarina, and she's kind of playing it as Mirage is kind of messing around in the messing around with everything and like worrying Incantir. It seems that Elysia's probably a little drunk.
Well, yeah. Must. I try to convince people to drink a little bit of water, but you know.
And Elysia will obviously imbibe some of the water, of course, and soon enough the food is kind of prepared. Everyone kind of sits at the table. Food is enjoyed, and the night kind of passes into the later night. And the Cantier kind of shows you to the little bit of the upper floor of this kind of home. There is some beds, and they're all kind of placed. It's like a circle, and so the beds are all kind of placed kind of aimed at the entrance. So you all are free to sleep in those. Elysia kind of talks to Cantir and kind of thanks her for letting her enjoy a meal. Cantir asks her if she wants to stay the night. And Elysia just kind of goes, "No, dear, I have to get up very, very early. There's a lot that needs to be done." And she'll kind of head to the door. Ruvir, is there anything you wanted to talk with Elysia about, or what are you thinking at this moment?
He's probably gonna just check with her, see that. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Malachi?
I think that Malachi got stored safely, I guess. Contained. He's not escaped immediately and causing trouble.
Yeah, as you say that, Elysia goes, Malachi is quite safe. He is in. She kind of thinks for a moment. She's unsure of how she should say it.
Is he still a jackass?
Elysia just kind of looks at you, Mirage, and she goes, no, he's not a mule. He was never a mule.
Yeah, he's not that good of a druid. He couldn't even turn into a donkey. It's kind of crazy.
She goes, he's doing quite all right. They have him in a personal room. And she goes, if you would like to see him, I'm sure that I can have it arranged. I'm sure that you and him...
I think he would get very upset, so I think he needs a little bit of time before we see each other again.
She kind of nods a bit at that. She says, I understand. She, as she's almost leaving, she kind of looks you over, kind of inspects your garb and your hair and everything, and she goes, you're grown up now, aren't you?
We all grew up somewhere along the way. I don't know when it happened.
She just kind of nods a bit and kind of gives that kind of somber, that very somber kind of smile, bittersweetness of it. And she goes, if only I had been a much better sister to the both of you, Malachi wouldn't have been in this situation.
Yeah. Well, but for the grace of...
Sorry.
What? Go ahead.
Let's say, who's the one that's leaving that said they can take us to Malachi?
Elysia is.
Sorry, go ahead, Ruvir, and finish up. I didn't mean to interrupt you, I apologize.
Yeah, they'll just, go give her a hug, say goodbye. We'll be back when, the world's not so in danger.
She nods and she says that if you need anything, Ruvir, of course, I will do what I can, and so will the court. And she leaves, and
Mirage follows.
Legitimately follows.
Oh yeah, Mirage is going to follow you. He's going to get her to take him to where Malachi is and take a bunch of booze with him. They're getting sloppy drunk tonight. I'll fix Malachi myself.
Okay.
Alcohol is a depressant.
If that's what you wanted, you know what? I'm not going to argue with it.
This is the best idea he's had all night, and it's not because he's totally drunk.
That's true, but That's true, but not really that it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, Mirage, if you go out with her, let's go. We'll say that you are outside of Incantir's house, and that has a grid for some reason.
Sure does.
It's because it's probably I was trying to fix some stuff and it didn't want to work. Okay. Yeah, we'll just say out here, Elysia is walking outside, and she'll see you and she'll go, "Oh, is there anything I can help you with, Lord Mirage?"
Yeah, you said you knew where Malachi is. Take me to him. He does definitely have like 3 bottles of wine under his arm.
Because, she kind of, she's not, I guess I wouldn't say taken aback, she's just like, kind of raises a brow and she goes, sure. And she'll kind of lead you over the bridges and such. And she kind of takes you to this, this kind of small-ish kind of like a cell that's kind of constructed of this kind of mixture of kind of pillars and trees. And you see inside this cell, you see Malachi. And there are a couple of the elven guards kind of standing vigilant. Mirage, you kind of look at Malachi, and Malachi looks rather different. The kind of pale complexion has kind of softened. The kind of darkish hair has kind of become like a pure kind of platinum or silver. The eyes are like an emerald green, but that kind of dour face still kind of remains.
Well, shit, look, they get a decent meal and you don't look like a worry little pissant. That's nice.
Malachi just kind of looks to you, Mirage, and he goes, good. If you're here, that means that Ruvir's here as well.
Yeah, he's ruining some truly terrible vegetables with some truly terrible wine. I wouldn't recommend trying it.
Malachi...
He sticks out his tongue at Elysia.
Elysia just kind of... she just kind of looks at Mirage, and she's like flabbergasted. She's like, his meal was perfectly adequate and good. In fact, he's gotten much better than when we were younger. And she kind of looks to Malachi. Isn't that right? Malachi goes, That is very true. I do remember Ruvir making... I can't quite... What was it called? Elysia, just like some sort of... It was like a pie, but he made it with dirt and worms. It's like Ruvir, you get this like feeling in the back of your neck that someone's talking about you. And Malachi just kind of looks to Elysia and Mirage and just goes, "And what is it that you want, shapeshifter? Have you come to mock me like some sort of animal in a cage?"
I don't think that's really needed. I feel like you get enough of that, right?
He just kind of turns his head a little bit, like he doesn't want to acknowledge you saying that.
Like, they literally have like a zoo here. Is this how they normally put people on display in cages? Just out of curiosity. I've never been, my first time here.
Malachi, actually the guards themselves kind of speak up, and they say, "Well, being that Dark Thorn here is a special case, we had to This is a very special cell. And he kind of taps on like these bars. And those bars, as he kind of taps on them, you see this kind of elven language kind of appears on them, and it kind of blocks it. Because everything in there is made with the court's personal magics kind of put into the very stones and woods within it. Darkthorn here won't be getting out anytime soon.
Sounds fun. Alright, I'm going in though, is that alright?
They kind of look at you and go in.
Yeah.
As in the cave.
Well,
Just shadow
that's
walk.
what I go into.
Mm-hmm.
They both kind of look to Elysia with this, and Elysia goes, I highly doubt Malachi would do anything. And Malachi just kind of moves away from like the bars, and he just kind of goes, do what you wish.
See? Well, Mirage is going in, and he'll explain as he's going in. He's like, see, the trick is, you guys haven't had him hit his bottom yet. Like, he has to hit the very bottom of his life before he's going to start climbing back up. I'm here to expedite. I don't remember what the word is. You know what I mean. I'm going in. And then he's going to toss him one of the bottles of wine, and they're just going to drink and chat. Have a good time tonight. Probably play some pranks on the guards.
Malachi just kind of quirks a brow at you. What do you talk to him about, by any chance?
I'm just gonna basically start, bitching about the court, the shadow court, and all the shit he's gone through, and see if Malachi wants to join in and bitch about the shit he's had, and have a true bonding experience. Get all weepy together, get real drunk.
Malachi will drink, and you'll hear him talk a little bit about. He kind of just regales you with stories of himself as he was younger, and that he always felt that kind of. He always felt like being second fiddle to Ruvir. That.
Right? The guy's so holier than thou. It's like, ooh, I can talk to God. Oh, look at me. I'm so special. Eclipses and stars and ugh.
Malachi, you actually see Malachi kind of give a smirk as you say that, and he goes, he kind of drunkenly goes, right, that is very, very true. But I don't necessarily hold that against Ruvir. Those are responsibilities that I feel could only be given to one who has that zealotry to not see any kind of underlying some kind of underlying sense of maliciousness. There's a purity in Ruvir that one must respect.
Is that why the thorn witch is all over him? That was weird. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, that was a strange time. You don't want that, man. How can you be jealous of that? You don't want to deal with that. Can you imagine how messy that would be?
Malachi goes, I think that would be the highest honor. is
You think so? Like, you get her slightly upset and you have to deal with a curse for the next 30 years? I don't know. I don't know if that's worth the effort.
Malachi just kind of gives you a coy smirk, and he kind of looks to the female elven guard and kind of goes, "How is that any different from a normal woman? Am I right?"
Oh, now you're coming out of your shell. Come here, another drink. This is happening all night, by the way. So
the elven guard, you hear her kind of tap her spear as Malachi says that, and Malachi goes, "Of course, I'm not speaking of you, lady. Any." You see him kind of like tumbling all over himself, trying to be debonair, and like he's very monotone when he speaks. So you can't quite tell if he's being serious as he's trying to like placate the elven guard. Elysia is just kind of sitting there, just like rubbing her head at the situation. She doesn't want to leave Mirage here.
She's like, "Oh no, I have to babysit them now." No.
She's like, "Great." I was like, I have to write a report of what a Cantier told me, and now I gotta wait here the whole night until.
I imagine at some point Mirage is just like, "Elise, if you're gonna stand around, get in here and drink with us. Come on."
She goes, "Oh no!"
You can tell us root beer stories. Totally, come on, get in here.
She sighs as she steps in and kind of sits.
And start pouring her drinks too. I'm gonna assume the Elven guards are too uppity for it, but they will get poured drinks if they acquiesce.
Elysia just she kind of relents. She relents and drinks, and she and you all just talk the rest of the night away.
Absolutely.
As for everyone else, I'm going to go back to you guys.
We gather in the cage and have a night of drinking. This is the best way I could spend my evening. I don't know about you guys.
What about everybody else? Are you guys preparing for rest, knowing that Mirage is gallivanting around as Mirage does?
I feel like they're gonna wake up, and then just like the guards will be locked in the cage, and Malachi will be gone.
We're gonna be out playing pranks on the city. It'll be great.
Oh goodness.
And poor Alicia's just getting pulled along for the ride because she doesn't want to leave us be.
She is an older sister type. She knows that she cannot let Mirage or Malachi get into any kind of trouble. So she has to babysit. She knows that Ruvir's an adult. He can take care of himself.
Over to you guys now.
Yeah, I guess Mars will be like, just reading some books, I guess, on the rocking chair, and just take a quiet moment to do some reading.
And is that what you're gonna do, Mask? Is just read throughout the night?
Yep, unless someone interrupts him.
I don't think anybody will interrupt him. The only person I think that would be up is Tiberius. Raphael, how are you preparing for slumber?
Well, cleaning and polishing my sword and taking off my armor piece by piece. Like bumping out some dents with the armor and the shield. Yeah, just doing regular maintenance.
Okay. And Ruvir, what were you doing again?
He probably just cleaned Akantir's home and put away all the bottles, and then I need to sleep like the second least in the park. So I guess he would do like his reverie super late. But yeah, he'd probably just stay up and go to the upper floor and pray in the evening, watch the stars, and then he would pull out his I don't know how to pronounce this word. His moon lute, his Yuchin, and he just play that.
Okay.
In the evening.
And as you all have kind of rested up, the night kind of passes into the morning. You all kind of wake up refreshed. Akantir.
Some of us, anyway.
Yeah, we'll be getting to you. Yeah, we'll be getting to you in a moment's time. Akantir, for everyone else, she's prepared everybody a nice little breakfast, and she simply, kind of asks if there's anything that you would need, supplies, any kind of like weapon repairs, armor repairs, your typical stuff that you think you would need.
We need some sort of... Did the Thicket Crone give us something to store the items we're collecting?
Yes, she did. And you would have it, Ruvir. It looks like just a regular little wooden box, but it has the emblem of the Thicket Crone on it.
Okay. I think I would need like a pure anointed silver dagger for the thing that we have to do. And I don't know that I would have that, so I'm gonna go get one of those.
Oh yeah, Akantir, she would say, I'll gladly escort you to one of the smiths. I'm sure that they will have possibly that. A mage smith perhaps would probably have a silver dagger. And what about?
And then once he gets the dagger, he's gonna take it to the holy temple of Aelin, and he's gonna anoint it in the pools.
Yeah, describe for me a little bit the temples of Aelin. Like, is it kind of like an open kind of temple, or is it like a European style one where it's like a regular kind of housed kind of structure?
It's actually kind of like a... So I was gonna say neither of those. It's like an observatory, like where you'd have a telescope, but it has all sorts of stained glasses in the roof instead, so that certain constellations will light it up at night.
Oh, okay. I like that.
And it has like a sliding roof configuration depending on the phases of the moon. So it's like a big observatory.
Okay. I like it. And there are, of course, these kind of pools in there, and depending on the constellation that is kind of at the strongest point in the sky, of course, that constellation's light kind of moves through the stained glass into one of the pools, and depending on what you're praying for, that's the pool you need to either be cleansed in, or if you're for example, you're wanting like to be cured of like an ailment. You know, you wait for like certain constellations, and the constellation that you want, Ruvir, is the constellation of the dagger, and it's kind of like in like one of the middle pools. The constellation's light is just kind of like kind of beaming onto that pool.
Yeah, so he'll go and say some prayers, anoint the dagger, he'll get it ready. And, because we know there's, like, this is maybe me misremembering, but the big thing is there's, like, an corrupted unicorn. And then also we need a unicorn heart, so he's trying to, like, get away so that once we stop it, they can, like, purify it.
Yeah.
So that is his goal. That's the purpose of this
Yes.
meandering side story thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he gets ready for that. He says some prayers for the unicorn that they have to go help, for all the people that, you know, are being affected by the Nightmare Lord. He'll stop by and, you know, he'll see where he was doing, like, his, what's the word? Like, his tasks when he was a little boy in the church, and he'll, like, stop by and he'll give some candy to the kids who are, like, the new crop of recruits, and...
Yeah.
Yeah, he just, you know, give them a quick visit and then head off to find the party.
Okay. Raphael, what about you? What kind of stuff are you looking for?
I'm sorry, I spaced out a bit. Yes. We can someone else answer what I think.
Okay. Mask. What about you? What are you looking for?
I suppose Marsh will be like, might be the good time to stock out on some elven regions, spell regions, and of course I wouldn't mind picking up some of those elven pipe herbs.
Okay, you are able to kind of get those up pretty easily. There's a lot of kind of magical component stores and elven goods and all of those things. They just look at you with kind of an interest as you know you're of course you're a Forgeborn and you have a automaton with you as well. You see a few of the elven children kind of like peeking in from the doorways at you and Tiberius.
Sorry, I see a what?
Elven children. They're kind of observing you from the doorway, since you're a Forgeborn and an automaton.
Okay. After doing his purchasing, Mars is gonna notice the children, and he is going to say, "Get around, children. Let this old wizard show you some magic tricks." And he's going to do like, you know, some cantrips, some flashy minor cantrips, and entertain the kids.
Okay. Roll me a charisma plus an appropriate background. Because you're doing these, I want to see how impressed the elven children are.
Fair enough.
23, not terrible, not terrible. What cantrips do you do?
Oh my. I didn't put any. Well, I mean, I know I have them. I just didn't put them on the list. Let's see.
What kind of wizard doesn't have cantrips?
Yeah, I know you have them all. It's just that I didn't put them on my list because it's already so filled up. Alright. Prestidigitation. This cantrip produces magic tricks and small illusions. Let's see if I can just find the button to press. Yep, this is a good one for this situation. I'll just add it for now.
Mask just like spreads their arms out wide, does the arcane salvo and just blows up half the city. Look, kids!
Fireworks!
Stay in school.
No, it
or I'll blow up your school.
performs elemental triad. Just destroys half the city. Oops. As you kind of produce like the small magic tricks and small illusions, you know, some of the younger kind of elven children are kind of like impressed with that, but some of the slightly older ones, I would say, they would be like
50 to 60 years old.
yeah, but in like human terms, they'd be like 5-6 years old, maybe some 7-year-olds. They just kind of like go, we already know how to do that stuff, and you see one of them does like a prestidigitation back at you.
Fantastic. In that case, I look forward to seeing all of you grow up to be fantastic wizards yourself.
You know, the younger ones, obviously, they clap. The one that kind of did the cantrip at you just kind of rolls his eyes a little bit at you, and they all kind of run off. And you hear the kind of the clanking of wood, of the wood bridges as they kind of go about their business as children do.
Ho ho ho, the younglings these days. And Mars will make his way back, I suppose, after, since he finished his shopping.
Raphael, did you know what you wanted to get?
Yeah. I don't think you'd really expect to find much to help, like, with necromancy here, but he keeps an eye out for any, like, scroller books about that maybe talk about either the darker sides of elven magic or how the elves of the woods faced off against dark magics. Like, probably not like in detail or anything, but like maybe like could be a history book about like a battle or something.
Okay. You kind of find the stuff that you're looking for pretty easily, though some of the elven, some of the people kind of look at you, maybe not necessarily strangely, like they're afraid of you, but they're a little bit wary of you. You're this very, very tall humanoid with, kind of dark armor and stuff, and you obviously with your kind of you kind of also give off like that aura of like necromantic energy.
You're probably going to be the next thing they tell their children to watch out for. Warn them against eat your vegetables or the evil knight will come back.
The death, maybe not the death knight. That's an actual thing. the spirit, like the spiritual, like paladin or something. I don't know. So they'd give Raphael some kind of like cool name. But you all kind of gathered back together, except for a mask, which we're going to get to right now. Mask, I would like you.
Rich.
Yep. Roll me a con check. Plus an appropriate.
Sure, this won't go terribly.
To see how hungover you are. Okay, you're
Actually not bad.
You were able to drink Elysia and Malachi under the table, despite some of the wines not being what you're into. You only
I'm giving it to them.
Yeah, like you only have like I would say like a minor hangover headache, if even that. Like Elysia and Malachi both have like raging headaches.
I'll let them stay under the blankets and bring them breakfast as an apology.
As you do that, Elysia kind of like wakes up and she kind of looks to the sun and she just goes, "Bye, Aelin, I'm gonna be late." And you see her just get she literally jumps up and she looks to you, Mirage, and she says, "You are gonna get a very stern talking to, mister." She heads out.
I look forward to the next drinking night.
Malachi just looks to you, Mirage, and kind of goes, That was an interesting night.
We could have so many more, you know. If you can bury this hatchet with Rubier, I can probably talk them into bringing you along.
Malachi, hearing that, just goes, "Truth be told, I don't hold any kind of ill will towards Rubier."
You want to make things right? Why not?
He just kind of looks and he goes, "Think about it this way. Have you ever done something that you felt was completely unforgivable, even though someone told you that they would forgive you?"
He gives him a very flat look. Do you not remember last night very well? We talked about a lot of this stuff.
He goes, "Again, answer the question."
Of course.
That is how I am feeling at this moment in time.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring Rubier by before we leave, and we can maybe talk. Are these the same Elven guards, or have they had a shift change?
There's been a shift change.
So yeah, Mirage would like kind of rattle the bars for a few seconds and say, "Hey guys, what's he in here for and for how long? Like, can he be pardoned? Can he be out for good behavior? What's the deal?"
The guards just kind of go. They go, "Well, he's here until the court thinks that he's been rehabilitated."
Oh, it's easy. Rubier has like an in with the Elven court. We can make this work. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go find Rubier. We'll be back in a bit. Make yourself presentable. We had a long night.
Malachi just kind of looks at you in bewilderment as he kind of rubs his head.
I'll give him a comb.
Okay, so Mirage, you kind of like zip over to where.
Yeah, I'm going to find Rubier and say Malachi has come to understandings. I want you to come and chat with him and see. I think he's willing to help us, and we can put this behind us and get together like a big happy family, etc.
Rubier just kind of sighs.
This anime moment.
Fine. We don't have to do that. Just come talk to the guy, all right?
All right. We'll go talk to him. Fine.
I'll offer Revere some.
Revere will allow himself to be led to the place he guesses.
I just see it more as like Mirage is just kind of grabbing Revere by like his cloak, and like Revere's just kind of being dragged, like literally just dragged along the wood.
See, you would think that, but I'm pretty sure Mirage has what's your strength?
10.
Yeah. I've got literally double the strength. So he's just kind of like walking, like pulling on my cloak, and I'm just standing there. And I think about it for a little bit, and then I start walking with him.
Yeah, exactly.
What about Raphael and Mirage? Are you gonna go with them to see Malachi, or are you guys just kind of finish up any kind of extra things that you wanted and waiting on like a cantier to like lead you to where you guys will kind of head into the woods?
I think I'll go along.
Okay.
Yeah, come along, guys. You got to see this cave. I can't believe they set it up this way. Like, I've never seen one like this. It's like, it's like a zoo exhibit. Oh my god, there's so many bottles in it. We had such a good time last night. You guys should have joined us.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop you.
Lee, you might want to, Revere, you might want to give like Alicia a pass or something, because she's going to be late this morning. She said that.
I'm just gonna consider beating up
This is the kind of party dynamics I want to see. As y'all kind of walk into the cells, and Malachi sees Ruvir, he just kind of his eyes kind of almost instinctually kind of go down to the floor.
So they have you in the public gardens, I guess. That's, they're very unhappy with you.
Malachi just goes, well, it could be far worse. It could be letting people throw fruit at me. But I can assure you...
I mean, or the gallows, you know, it's...
He goes, yes, the gallows too, but I would assume the gallows would be at least a little more not embarrassing.
I don't know. It's not much more embarrassing than dying publicly.
Man, you should have saw the moves he put on the guard last night, though. Oh man, she was into it.
Malachi, are you hitting on the guards again?
Malachi, you hear him again in that monotone voice. Just goes, I have no idea what you are saying. I am a proper gentleman. I would never do any such thing. And you see him kind of give like a huff, Ruvir, and you can tell from that huff that he probably did say something embarrassing, but he does not want to think about it.
And he's choosing not to remember.
Alright, so... Mirage seems convinced that you have something you want to say before you...
Malachi just looks to Mirage, and then he looks to you, Ruvir, and he kind of closes his eyes a bit, and he goes, Ruvir, I am sorry for what I did. And such...
Do I believe him?
That is up to you.
When I look at him, is it still red around his little token?
Is he hostile?
Can I see if he's hostile?
Technically he's neutral. So he's neutral.
I peer into his coding to see if he's a bad.
I will say for you.
The Elven gods are also red.
I will say Revere that you can obviously kind of tell from like his like his skin pallor, his hair, his eyes. He doesn't look like that redness, the Malachi that you fought. Does not look like the same. Yeah, he looks closer to like how you think he was when he was a child, or how he was before. Just obviously more grown up, I would say.
So I have two things from that I'm going to give him. The first thing is one of the bottles of elven wine that he had when he left, because he had he had two of those left from when he first started adventuring. So he gives him one of those,
Malachi.
and then I'm going to give him.
Yes.
I'm going to give him the last of my petals from the little blooms from the thicket.
As you give him the petals from the flower, he goes, "This is from Our Ladyship. I cannot accept this. I'm not worthy of it."
The first step is forgiving yourself.
He'll kind of look down at the kind of the petals, and even though his expression obviously doesn't change, Ruvir, you know him quite well. You do see that there's a bit of kind of wetness in his eyes as he kind of holds these.
All right. Well, I'll see you when we get back. Don't drink it too fast, but
Mirage will heavily lean on Ruvir and say, "Don't you think you should come with us and help? Considering we're going to be working."
Repentance. I think it might be a little too early for that.
You think so? Come on.
But we'll talk. We'll talk to the council when we get back.
Mirage is immensely disappointed.
Oh goodness. Okay. With that, as you all kind of Ruvir and Mirage speaking with Malachi, Raphael, and Mask, observing all of this, what are your thoughts as you all kind of leave from this area to head towards where Aekashic is?
Seems like the elves are getting around well.
All right. Ruvir is gonna not discuss this any further because he's getting all embarrassed again. So he's just gonna start heading in a direction.
What was the recipe?
We're going to find
here. Something about a mud pie and worms.
I don't know what you're talking about. that sounds like the lie of a drunken man.
Okay. Again, as Mirage is kind of poking on Ruvir with all these embarrassing things, and Ruvir trying to not deal with these embarrassing things. Deny. And Mask and Raphael just coming along for the ride. You all kind of make it to where you'll kind of make it to where Cantir is going to kind of lead you all into the kind of the heavy forests of Eldrathir. And it is at that moment, as you all have kind of gotten your supplies, you're all ready to go, things.
Mirage flitting through the shops, grabbing the good elven wines that he found from last night.
I think what we'll do is we're going to end the session because I don't have any maps kind of set up just yet. Still kind of working on it.
That's fine.
But I'll say, what did you all? What did you like? What do you guys want to see more of next time? Guess we'll go with Mega. Mega, what did you like and what did you want to see next time?
I had fun with. Honestly, I had fun with Mirage's shenanigans.
I think we all did in one way or the other.
Next time, honestly, I'm still kind of a bit lost after missing a couple of sessions. It's been a rough couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure what to expect next time.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Well, maybe we'll see. Zen, what did you like, and what do you want to see next time?
I really like role playing with my NPCs. I had a good time. Next time, I want to see a crazy cool monster art.
Okay.
Well, the expectations are high.
Yeah, expectations very high for that, but I will certainly get some stuff worked on. I have, like I said, I have some ideas. I just haven't had a chance to kind of put them to paper. Nanika.
Okay. If you want help, let me know.
Sure. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nanika, what did you like, and what do you want to see next time?
I think the older kid rolling his eyes at the magic trick was funny. What would I like to see next time? I suppose. Yeah, I suppose I would like to see what the next encounter brings. What creatures we'll find in the forests.
The forest of Eldrathir. Yeah, this is a mystical forest. Who knows what creatures are there? And Zure, what did you like, and what do you want to see next time?
I mean, you know what I liked? I got all the stuff I liked doing in this one, more or less.
Getting shit-faced and...
Yeah, it was a good time. Next time, my plan is to draw in the whole party into the cage drinking. I think that'll be a good step towards
if you guys succeed in what you do, you probably will.
Yeah. Determining what exactly works as booze for Mask, I'll have to work on that in Tiberius, because we'll have to get them involved too, otherwise it's just not fair. And actually, it's just next time that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. As for the actual game, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do with the unicorn. And if possible, DM, just because I know we're kind of shutting down for the evening here.
Yeah.
Can I flex an icon relationship to? How's the word here? To put in a good word for Malachi, kind of like the good we've done for the Elven Courts. Put in a good word for him. Say he's improving. He's showing remorse, and kind of just put on record kind of what happened tonight.
Sure. I think that's fine. I don't think you really need to like burn an icon for that. But
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather you save it for something that could be very, very important. Like this, like.
Okay.
So I'm certain, of course, that before Mirage left, he probably left some sort of like note for someone to give it to the court.
Yeah, effectively just giving a good character reference for Malachi and slipping in a couple of the embarrassing things into the official city records of the root beer stories that he told me.
Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting session. I will But with this kind of simple little bit of rest and relaxation, party time. The party now has the time to head into the mystical woods to find the unicorn and solve this looming issue of the Nightmare Lord and the dark intentions of Tark.